So got our area. Now you need to start putting in some items. So the first thing that I need to put in is a range, and he says he wants a Falcon range by the look of the sketch. So I go to the drafting area and I click on insert. And now this is going to take me to my e-catalog. So remember I said earlier on that the e-catalog is kind of it's the hub in the center of the Specifi ecosystem. It's the engine that drives everything with Specifi. So it's the portal for users to access all the information that manufacturers have put into Specifi, whether you're using quotes, whether you're using design, whatever you're using. Now, the important thing is that this is exactly the same layout, same view as you get if you're using quotes as if you're using design. So it's really, really familiar. There's nothing that you won't see here that you won't be used to if you're using quote, and vice versa. And what we try to do is make it really, really straightforward and simple when you're trying to find things. So when we're trying to insert items into a design, we want to be able to search if we know exactly what we're looking for very quickly, or if we're not too sure what we're looking for, we need to be able to get to something that looks like it could be what we want to put in there very quickly. And that's why we've got these different functionalities when it comes to searching. Here we've got the top search bar, and this will search for anything you put in there. So if you put in, so for example, we're putting in a Falcon G3101. So if I type in G3101, straight away will come up with anything that is a G3101, and I can then have a look through which one would be appropriate. If, say, for example, the standard 101 is what I want to put in, and I don't need to change it, I can just click straight away, add to project. Or, which is more likely what you want to do, if I click open, it'll take me to that product page. Now, what that allows me to do, it allows me to double check things like dimensions for a start. It allows me to double check connections. So in this instance, it's just gas, but you could have obviously gas, electricity, waste, water, whatever. And also any additional information that the manufacturer has uploaded to Specifi will come here. So if I just want to double check those technical specifications, I can click on this, download the PDF, double check. So this is a really, really useful way of just making sure that what I'm going to put into my design is actually what the customer wants and what's going to work well in my design. When I'm happy with everything, I've got obviously the accessories to choose from. And what I've also got in this particular view is if I click on 3D, I've got this really, really useful 3D preview, what it's called then. So for example, if I want to put in some casters, then as I'm going along, it will do that for me, and I can just see it looks like, yeah, perfect. It's got casters, exactly what I want to. I actually don't want casters, so I'm going to change back to legs, and it will change there for me. There you go, perfect. I'm just going to put a few other things on. So I'm going to add a couple of oven shelves. Computer isn't freed up. Perfect. Maybe not. So you'll notice that that hasn't updated my preview, and of course it won't do because they're actually inside the oven. So although I'm not creating an additional block or adding more visuals to the block, what I am doing is embedding that information within the block. So when I insert it and I create my technical services schedule or synchronize my quote, that information is going in there as well. So I'm not losing anything at all. It's not going to be drawn in my quote, in my project, but it is going to go into my technical information and my quotes information. So let's add that to my project right now. So it's now dynamically creating that for me based on my specific configuration. So I'm not just lumbered with a block that has whatever it has because that's the static block I managed to download from a manufacturer's website. It's actually got all the things that I want to put into my design, which is brilliant because you're not hamstrung by the information that you can find on the internet randomly. And also you don't have to go looking for it either. You've got every single piece of information for that particular item that you can then configure and insert into your specific drawing, your specific design, so the customer gets what they want and what they need.